The voice of truth tells me a different story. The voice of truth says do not be afraid.
So I wake up on Saturday morning and I go to the breakfast table and everyone is blaming me for pulling pranks the night before. And I had no clue what they were talking about. I had went to bed relatively early and you know, I just wanted to get a good night's rest for the next day so we could have fun all day, you know, and they're blaming me for pranks. They're saying I'm jumping off the balcony and stuff. I had nothing to do with that.
So Friday night, me and Shawn decided to stay up so late, and we were like, all right, we gotta pull some pranks. So this is what we did. We pulled a prank on Candy, Brittany, and Bobby by putting some stupid little bird thing into their room, and they freaked out. And then Shawn decides to jump off the balcony and onto this big pile of pillows.
They're saying it was me and Keith the whole night, and I wasn't even with Keith. I don't know what they're talking about. I went to bed early, like I said, and I just got sick of everyone blaming it on me, and so I don't know what they're talking about.
We were recording the whole thing, and everyone thinks it was not us.
Okay, so it's Saturday morning. I wake up, and what's usually the first thing you gotta do when you wake up? Go to the bathroom. What was there, 7 bathrooms in the house? I'm walking around, all of them, you know, are being used, and I'm just sitting there getting fed up because everyone's like doing their hair, brushing their teeth. Brush your teeth in the kitchen, you know? There's sinks in there. I don't care where you brush your teeth, just don't do it in the bathroom. I have to use the restroom when I wake up. And so I'm sitting there in the hallway, knocking on the door, nobody's answering, but it's locked, so I know somebody's in there. I'm waiting there, and it's probably a good 15 minutes I'm sitting out in the hallway waiting for the bathroom to open up. And who walks out? Stephen Ballmer. Yes, Stephen Ballmer. Didn't even answer the door. And he's like, oh, sorry, Shawnee. And I'm like, yeah, no problem, Mr. Ballmer. But really inside I was thinking, huge problem, Mr. Ballmer. What are you taking so long for? So I go in there, and I wanted to turn around and be like, oh my gosh, Mr. Ballmer, light a match. It smelled like something died in there, you know? It was ridiculous. It was just horrible, but I finally got to use the bathroom, so that was good.
So Thursday night, we're planning out the menu for the rest of the weekend, and Mrs. Ballmer comes up with this genius idea of tacos, which, hey, I'm not dogging on the tacos, it was a good idea. But she sends me to the grocery and has me get 5 pounds of taco meat. 5 pounds for 150 tacos. Are you kidding me? Is that like a teaspoon of meat per taco? So the next day she's like, oh, Zach, Steve and I recalculated. We need 17 pounds of taco meat. 17 pounds? Are you kidding me? Okay, I can understand if it was like, oh, we need 7 pounds or we need 8 pounds. But you were off by 12 pounds, Mrs. Ballmer. Have you never made tacos before?
Okay, it's Friday morning. Zach's like, all right, everyone, we're leaving for the beach at 11. So I'm getting ready for the beach, getting my sunblock on, you know, board shorts. Justin's right by me. And I was like, Justin, you excited for the beach day? And he's like, yeah, I have a friend coming. Her name's Alyssa. And I was like, oh, really? That's cool. How do you know her? And he's like, oh, I met her at Nationals for soccer. I was like, oh, that's sweet, man. Well, that'll be exciting to meet her. And so we get to the beach. And we're waiting for her. She finally comes, you know. Good-looking, little, cute blonde girl walks up, and, you know, she's introducing herself to everyone, and she seems real friendly and stuff. And I was like, oh, is this, like, Justin's girlfriend, or does he like her, or what? And so I introduced myself to her. I'm like, hey, I'm Shawn. She's like, hey, I'm Alyssa. And so that's how, you know, most people introduce. And so we're going throughout the day. Everyone's hanging out and stuff, and I don't know what to do because this girl is like, you know, she's like asking questions, you know, like about my life and stuff, and I think she's into me for sure. And then later on that day, come to find out, I was right. She was into me. She was like asking me if I had a girlfriend, and she gave me her number. And I was like, should I call her? Should I tell Justin that she's doing this? And I'm like, this is so weird. What do I do? And so the end of the day comes, and she's about to leave, and I was like, well, yeah, it was nice meeting you. And she was like, yeah, you too. And she's like, am I ever gonna see you again? I'm like, I don't know. We live kind of far. And so I was like, you know, I don't know what to do. And she's like, well, you have my number, you give me a call. And so that was the end of it, I guess. But let's just say what happens in California stays in California.
But the voice of truth tells me a different story. The voice of truth